Hey everyone, welcome to the video. I hope you are having a really amazing day today. And a lot of you have been asking me to do more videos on projects that actually do stuff, or they're in the early stages of development, or they have a legitimate and a real income stream. And so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about ZeroQT. This is a VC or venture capital registered business based out of the UK. And if you want to be part of the next Axie Infinity or Constellation, then this project can possibly make that goal come true. ZeroQT does many things, but their main objective is to bring venture capitalism to the masses. So if you want to be part of the next token offering or get in a project early without having to spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars that traditional VCs do, then this project is offering you to be able to do that. Also, just a reminder that this is just my opinion. It's not financial advice, so please always do more research before you invest in anything. And also, this video is sponsored, which means I'm going to be giving away 50 BUSD to somebody who is watching right now. And all you need to do to enter is just become a subscriber and then leave a comment, either what you think about the project or me or the channel, or just what type of day you're having or anything you like, and you will go into the draw and I'll pick that in about a week's time. In its most simple form, ZeroQT is a business which finds promising startups and invest in them. And don't confuse this business with a launch pad where any old project can just launch off it. This project invests large amounts of money into startups and it expects large returns for itself and for its investors. And their first venture was StableBet, which is an online casino, and they've already seen $105,000 in net profit from that. And they've also invested in another startup called Tropical Finance, which has farms and realistic APYs. And they're also developing a stable coin, which is pegged 1-to-1 to the dollar, called ZUSD, which can't be frozen, meaning that any governments or protocols won't have any power to freeze it like they currently do with stable coins like USDC. So let's get to the main aim of this protocol, which is to allow anybody on the planet to invest and get the same benefits as a VC would. How it works is you sign up, you get shares, and then those shares give you access to all and any revenue generated. The more shares you have, the bigger cut that you get. And joining is really easy. You don't need a wallet or anything like that. You just enter your email address and a password, and it literally takes 5 seconds. When you do sign up, at the moment, they're giving away 50 free shares, which is valued at about $8. So if you want $8 for free, then you can just sign up. The main token, which hasn't launched yet, is called ZQT, and you get your rewards in these tokens. And there's already $300,000 of liquidity for this token, even though it hasn't launched. The ICO, or the initial coin offering, is expected to come in Q1 of 2023, and that is also when they're going to change their private blockchain into a public blockchain, and that's when things are expected to really ramp up. So let's talk about the shares. You can borrow different amounts of shares from $7 all the way up to $700,000. And as soon as you've bought them, you start harvesting the ZQT token straight away in real time. You can borrow shares using either USDT, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, or Litecoin, and you get around 1,200% APY, which is adjustable depending on the success of the startup, so it's not guaranteed. If you want to sell your ZQT coins, then the website will actually convert them back into either Bitcoin, the stable coin, Dogecoin, or Litecoin, whichever one you want, and then just airdrop it straight into whatever wallet you tell it to. Or instead of selling them, you can leave them on the platform and do something called flexible staking, which basically means your tokens get staked without even having to do anything. You just don't sell them. And you get 1% per day based on however many tokens that you've got. Now, you might be wondering why I keep saying borrow shares instead of buying them. Well, that's actually because you can't buy shares on this protocol and keep them, but you can borrow them for a set amount of time and then you have to return them. When you buy shares, depending on how many you buy, it has a set time. So for example, I bought 500 shares and that has a 30-day expiry date. So after the 30 days, all the shares that I have will be given back to the project. When you do give the shares back, you don't get your initial money back that you invested, but you make that money back over the time of the shares plus profits. So for example, if you buy 500 shares valued at about $80, then after that 30 days, the shares are going to be returned, but you're going to make about $150 worth of ZQT tokens, providing that the APY stays the same. Their first startup, which was the casino called StableBet, has been a really big success. And they do have a team which is constantly monitoring and checking out and doing research to try and get their hands on that next opportunity. They also allow wire transfers, which means it's incredibly accessible to people who may not really know a lot about crypto. And the team is KYC'd and the main DApp is audited. So given that this project has seen a lot of success in its first startup, and the fact that it gives you VC status in terms of getting into projects early and being part of all these ICOs, and in addition to that, actually getting continual revenue from all these startups, then this project is probably worth dabbling your toes in. There is zero ponzonomics in this project, and that is proven in the fact that if there's less revenue coming in from the startups, then the APY is adjusted accordingly. So there are no guarantees. And in addition, you don't need a lot of cash to even join this. You can join for as little as $8 if you want. So there is a lot less risk, but you still get access to all this stuff. And all of this has happened without any real advertising or even a launched token. So there is a lot of potential. But with any project, there are some bad points that obviously come along with it too. And so I found two which mainly stuck out for me. And the first one, which is the lesser one, is basically the highly confusing website. It took me a while to get my head around it, and you can see that there's charts and menus and shares and token info and APY info and phrases like disruptive blockchain-based financial protocol, which I still don't really understand what it means. There is a tutorial section, but this tutorial just takes you to links of pages and pages of the white paper, which doesn't really make it a whole lot clearer unless you read it a number of times. So I hope that maybe they can look at adjusting this before it does officially launch. And the second issue I have with this protocol, and by far the biggest, is the vault. And you can see here my tokens going up in real time. Currently I'm at 48% capacity. And once this reaches 100% capacity, then I'm not going to get any ZQT tokens anymore. The only way I can continue to get ZQT tokens is if I harvest them. Now with me, I have to harvest them every 8 hours, which means that every 8 hours I have to log in and harvest this, or I'm going to miss out on my rewards. And if you just stick with the sign up bonus of 50 free shares, that means that your vault is going to fill up every hour, and you're going to need to claim it every hour or you're going to stop getting rewards. This is obviously utterly impractical. In fact, if you invest anything under 4K, then you have to harvest either every 8 to 12 hours. So it seems that they're punishing investors who, for legitimate reasons, might not be able to get to their computer to do this, or they might be offline, or they simply might not want to just go on the website every 12 hours. So I do hope they introduce some kind of open-ended vault or an automatic claim button or something like that, because I do feel that this is going to put a lot of people off. And I know that other projects do this manual claiming as a way to get engagement on the website, but I'm just wondering who is really benefiting from this? Is it the investors or is it the project? And also, because of this feature, it means you're probably not likely to get the full amount of profits that you're owed unless you're really good at setting alarms, or unless they change this feature to make it more user-friendly. Thankfully though, they do give you additional ZQT tokens when you do borrow shares, and because of the generous APY, you are likely to get your initial back and get profits on that when you can claim. However, I'm not a fan of, in my opinion, this completely pointless feature. I will keep an eye on this project, and I will do another video in 30 days to let you know how it has gone for me. And I am going to consider investing in it again because it has proven to have a legitimate income stream and it is generating revenue. I just do hope they iron out the creases a little bit more before launch to make it more user-friendly. And my friends, I'm just really curious, what do you think about this project, and what do you think about the whole concept of getting all the venture capitalist bonuses when only investing actually a seemingly small bit of money? Please leave a comment. I'd really love to know. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.